These are glory days for Laura Branigan. Gloria is one of the biggest songs of the year, and that makes Laura Branigan one of the big pop singing stars of the year. We're going to be talking with her, but first let's see what that song Gloria is all about.
Gloria, you're always on the run now. We're running after somebody. You gotta get it somehow. I think you got to slow down before you start to blow it. I think you're headed for a breakdown, so be careful not to show it. You really don't remember, was it something that he said? All the voices in your head, calling Gloria.
Welcome to Nightwatch, Laura Branigan.
Thank you.
It's hard to listen to any pop radio station nowadays and not hear that song, but I have to tell you, I have listened to it a zillion times and never really paid that much attention to the lyrics. I just heard Gloria over and over and over again. But the lyrics mean a lot. There's a history to that, and a reason that we're hearing those lyrics and not the original ones. What's that story?
Well, the song originally was an Italian song and was originally a love song and a big hit in Europe about 4 years ago by Umberto Tozzi. We took the song and just, I wasn't going to sing a love song to a girl because I don't think
wouldn't go over too well, huh?
And so I sat with the writer Trevor Veitch, who was going to write the lyrics, and I had known people that have gone through what Gloria has gone through, and that is what happens, I think, with so many people is they get in the fast lane and they really lose track of what they are about. They lose the essence of themselves, and they're so concerned with keeping up and chasing other people down and trying to get sort of that false build-up for themselves. And so what I'm doing in the song Gloria is telling her, Gloria, you better slow down, honey.
In the business now that you've chosen for yourself, the music business, the record industry, many folks find themselves just unavoidably attracted to the fast lane, that there's no way for them not to be in the fast lane. You're out there, you're moving around, everybody knows you, you're making big bucks, da-da-da-da. Why is that, and how are you going to avoid that yourself? This is your first song, this is your debut single, and already you're up there in superstardom for the moment.
Yeah. For the moment. I think it really comes down to having a sense of yourself. I think so many artists, it's attractive, yes, and it's glamorous, but it's glamorous from the outside. From the inside, it's really a lot of hard work. I find it. People say, how does it feel to be a star? I feel just like I always felt, only I'm working a lot harder. I think that what happens with the artists is that they lose track. They don't have an essence of themselves before they go into the industry, so that all the their whole identity is based upon the gratification and the acceptance that they are getting by the audience, from the audience, and their whole sense of themselves is based upon that, and it's never going to be constant. So that's why the
up and down. Let's take a break and come back and talk some more about how you're planning to keep yourself centered, even though you've taken on this big new career.
Laura Branigan's Gloria has been on Billboard magazine's Top 100 chart for more than 26 weeks.
This morning with Laura Branigan. Laura, you're married, and you're married to a corporate lawyer. That's a pretty stable job for him. Is that going to help or hurt you in what is a very unstable business that you're in?
Help. I besides falling in love, thought about that before I got married. I think it's important that people take marriage seriously when they go into it and realize that you have to also think of the practical side as well as the emotional side. It's very important for me to have someone outside the business so that, and I think that's another problem that a lot of artists have, is they get it. It's just too close. It's hard enough as it is. It's good to have someone outside the business so that you can enjoy other parts of life besides the music industry or this crazy business that we're in.
So that's going to help you with your balance too.
Oh, sure.
You know, there was a time when there were a lot of female superstar singers, and we're never without wonderful female singers, but the day of, Billie Holiday, Julie London, and all those kinds of days seem to have passed. What happened, and do you think we're going to get back to that?
I certainly hope so. I'm trying. I'm trying
you
to bring it back.
One of them?
Yeah, I really, Billie Holiday was one of my idols, Edith Piaf. I feel that somewhere along the way, the emotion went out the window a little bit. And I feel it's hard to say, history repeats itself. You don't know why something goes away, but it does. And I think it's time for it to come back. I feel it just in society today, how people are, as much as the country's going astray and all the superficiality, people are trying to get back to what's real. I really feel there's an effort being made on the country's half, and and I think the music is always a reflection of what is going on in society, and I think I think it's coming back.
Coming back. That's good news. You say you want to be a superstar. You've had a bunch of luck and some good breaks. Here you are at the top of the charts. You were discovered by the founder of Atlantic Records, Umberto Tozzi, and he just signed you right up. I mean, instant contract, and then your debut single is instantly #1. And you talk about staying centered and staying in the real world. That's not really real for most artists. How has that affected your view of what this business is really about?
Well, it sounds very simple. It didn't happen, all
it
of
wasn't
it.
I
was working real hard before I met Umberto. It's a very special music man.
He thinks you're very special too, obviously.
And I'm very honored to be with him. He did sign me up right away after one song.
Very unusual.
I almost fell on the ground. I was like, yeah, exactly. I said, sure I got the right girl. No, I remember the cab ride home that night. But
that's not really how it goes as a rule.
As a rule, no, but it did happen to me. And we worked on a lot of material before finding Gloria. We worked real hard in finding the right material. Umberto worked with me. Doug Mars, the president, worked with me. It wasn't that easy. We searched around for a while before.
Still rough, but it couldn't hurt. You can't have some of the complaints that a lot of new artists have. No promotion, no support. The head of the company is signing your name.
Is.
But one problem you are going to have is follow-through. A one-hit star can be gone tomorrow in today's music world.
I ain't going to let that happen.
Are you worried about that?
I was thinking about it before I just cut my new album, but I think we got it.
You think you may have some follow-through? Well, Laura, thank you much. Good luck to you in your quest, and we'll be listening.
Thank you.
Okay, Laura Branigan.
Nice meeting you.